So you are right now really confused about barcodes. I'm guessing that's why you clicked on the video. And I'm ready to clear any doubts you have about barcodes. We're going to be learning about what barcodes actually are, if you've never heard of them, and some examples. Hey guys, I'm Trisha and you're my channel Guitar Vibes, where it's all about guitar. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to look at barcodes. So simply, first, what is a barcode? A barcode is simply when you are pressing down with one or more fingers on a specific fret on the fretboard on all strings. So on all of the strings, just using that specific fret. In a normal chord, in an open chord, you will use like 1 on the E string, then B on the, 3 on the B string, and that is an open chord, like the D minor chord. But if you want to use a barcode, you want to press down all of the strings on that fret, and then you're barring a chord. For example, an example of a barcode is a B minor chord and an F chord. So these are examples of barcodes. Now the next question is, how do you read a barcode? We know how to read open chords if you have looked at my videos. They're available in the description box below. So, but how do you read barcodes? So that's going to be in the next part of the video. So basically, reading barcodes is a very simple technique, okay? It's not even a technique. So basically, like in open chords, for example, G chord, we can easily see with the help of the dots on which fret we need to press on which string. Like that, we need to use our barcodes because we are pressing down on all of the strings of the same fret. We're going to have a black line across like this. We're going to have a black line like that, and then that's going to say that it's a barcode because we're pressing down on all of the strings on that same fret. That's going to be a barcode. So if you see not a black dot but a full row of blackness on that specific fret, that means that you need to bar that fret and then you need to play the barcode. And then so that's basically how you read a barcode. And then in the next part of the video, we're going to be looking at some examples. Some examples of barcodes. There are many barcodes. You can actually create your own barcode. Like, I'm going to create this barcode because I'm barring a fret. So you can actually create your own barcodes. There's so many barcodes. But some really, really popular barcodes which can be used like in so many songs, and they're super essential to learn. And if you get the hang of those, that means like you've unlocked so many different songs. And it's basically like a hidden key or something. And then so we have a G minor chord, which is basically a barring your 3rd fret, and then you on your A and your D string you're putting on the 5th fret, and this this finger is useless right now, so I'm gonna put it on this one because it just creates more strength. So I'm gonna do this. And then D minor 7, which is basically I'm barring my 5th fret, but I'm not playing the E string, so I'm not barring my E string. And then I'm gonna put my 6th fret on the 6th fret on my B string, and then my 2 7th frets on the G and the D string. That is a D minor 7 chord. And then, like I talked about earlier, F and B minor, those are basically the exact same shapes, but the B minor chord is on, you're barring your 2nd fret, but on your F chord, you're barring your 1st fret. And so in the next part of the video, we're going to be looking at some tips on how to not make a buzzing sound and your barcodes to be clean. Tips to become better at barcodes. First tip, the number 1 first tip is that be patient with yourself. Like, you're not gonna have a barcode master in just like a in just like overnight. So you need to be patient with yourself and try these regular exercises, and I promise you'll get better. And yeah, and if your fingers start to pain and they're like screaming like, oh my god, give me a rest, then give it a rest. Like come after like 3 hours or 1 day and then try again. Okay, so and then for the next tip we have is that because the strings are really hard to suppress here because they're so near to the nut, that's why I always recommend that if you're beginner, you would like to try your bar chords, same shapes, on lower down your neck, like on 7th fret for instance. I'm just gonna have my shape and okay, I'm just gonna keep messing around and become good at those bar chords. Okay, so start low down the neck, and then as you get along, progress along, and then your finger will also get used to it. They'll get used to it. Okay, I need to do this, I'll do this. Okay, so they'll get used to it. And then my third tip, is that use a metronome. So it'll become really handy. So, for example, if you want to change from bar chords, okay, you need to make sure, because in a song, you won't always have the thing to stop and then do it again. So to change between bar chords really smoothly and swiftly, you need to make sure that you are really fast at them. And that's why you can have a metronome, and you can have like a metronome app on your phone or something, or you can just have a metronome, and then you can strum as each metronome goes along. So I'll give you a demo. I have my metronome on right now, as you can see, the annoying sound. It's very annoying for me for some reason. So this is on tempo 19. You can adjust tempo. So I have this metronome. I'm going to strum along, okay? Just practice along, get the hang of it, and then also make sure that you don't get that buzzing sound, okay? And that was how you can practice on a metronome. And then the final tip from my side is that you can also have alternate fingering. So if you have an F minor chord, for instance, F minor chords are really hard for me because it's not on the 1st fret, so it's really hard to suppress down. So I'm going to use another alternate fingering for this. This is an open chord, and it's so much easier to strum along, and so much easier to change between. So I like to use this. Because I struggle with F minor chords. So this is how you can also get alternate fingerings. Yeah. So that was the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hoped you found it helpful in some way. And then, yeah, I'll see you in the next video then. Bye!